Good evening. It's not yet 8. By 8, we would kick off. All right. Good evening, everybody. I am Jonas Emanuela, Director of Finance for the Nigerian Medical Students Association Standing Committee on Capacity Building. And today is day 2 of the webinar. We thank everybody who is here at this point. We are grateful for this opportunity, or are we grateful? We're actually bringing impact to you guys. But then, before we start, let's say a word of prayer in our hearts. Just a minute before we kick off.
Okay, I think she's having some network difficulties. Okay, I think I will continue from here. Okay, first of all, thank you all for joining. I think I will continue from here. Thank you for joining. So we'll be starting with a short opening prayer. Okay, we'll start with a short opening prayer. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you for bringing us all here today. Thank you for organizing this webinar. Thank you for yesterday's one, and thank you for today's one. Because we know today's one will be all right. We see my name highly exalted in Jesus' name.
They are
So, Lord, as we
simple.
are
First,
attending
you
this
must
webinar,
create it, then you multiply it, then you keep it. Only then can it be called true. So yesterday we talked about wealth creation. We'll be talking about how to multiply the money and how to keep it. Our first speaker is the CEO of Pounds Realities with 3 years of proven impact in he has partnered with top firms like Cove Real Estate, Terra Developers, and King City Estate. His expertise in sales and client relations sets him apart in a competitive market. Right, so join me as I break welcome Mr. Charles Augustine. With a lot of reactions, let's welcome him to the stage.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, can you just kindly indicate or say something? You can just say hi. You can just say good evening. You can say hello. So I'll know that you can hear me. Good evening once again. So if you can hear me, I'll just like to, I would like you to make a reaction or to say something. So I'll believe you're with me. Good evening, everybody, once again. So can you hear me? Good evening, everybody. Are you hearing me? From where you are, can you hear me? So, Ella, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. They can hear you. They are reacting.
Okay. I just want to be sure that everybody can hear me. Yeah. So it's a very beautiful thing to have you once again in the program for today. I know from yesterday, much knowledge must have been impacted. And I was supposed to be among the speakers yesterday, but due to one or two reasons, I have to appear today. My name is Charles Augustine. You can call me Charles Pounds. I am the CEO Pounds Realties Limited. So I will drive you through some investment strategies and some of the things that I titled the Pounds Mystery. The Pounds Mystery. There is something you have to know before we dive in. Everything in this life has a secret. Everything in this life has a secret. There is a secret to wealth. There is a secret to health. There is a secret to everything in this life. So I've compiled, a little of some of the secrets I want to share to you about real estate and about financial wisdom. So without further ado, I want to define or make you understand what real estate is. So real estate is anything that consists of land, buildings, and landed properties. This is just the shortest and the most simplified definition of real estate. Anything that consists of land, building, and landed properties, right? So the land you see, they are all real estate. The buildings you see in your school, you have libraries, you have departments, all these buildings are real estate. Then landed properties, there are some landed properties that you don't know about that are also parcels of real estate. So I will be, telling you some of them, like the minerals that is beneath the land, the solid minerals, they are all real estate as well. The trees, the economic trees you see on every land, they are also part of real estate. So this is to tell you that real estate is a vast industry, and there is enough to milk from this industry. There is enough to know, and there is it. In fact, it's the space is open for everybody. Are we together now? So this is what real estate is: anything that consists of land, building, and landed property. So quickly, before I dive into the secret, I also want to tell you types of real estate that we have. I just want to equip you with this knowledge so that it doesn't look like, I'm taking you to the advanced side without briefing you about these things. So it's going to be a quick brief, right? So there are types of real estate. We have the
I think there has been a break in transmission. I think there has been a break in transmission from Mr. Charles, and I'm thinking about weapons. But we've been listening so far. Augustine, are you here?
Yeah, I'm active. What's up?
So you engage in real estate, if I'm correct. How far has it been going? Let's be discussing before he comes back.
Well, nothing much. I'm still like a beginner in the field.
so
Yeah, so it's nothing much actually.
can you
It's
hear
a very
me?
profitable. It's a very profitable
All right,
business.
he's back.
Okay, okay.
Oh, all right. Sorry, there was a little bit of error there. Uh, Sorry about that. So I was right there in the types of real estate that we have, right? So we have residential real estate. The houses you see that is for personal and family purposes, they are all part of residential real estate. The places you live, residence, the word residence, it talks about accommodation where you live. They are all part of residential real estate. So we have the commercial real estate as well. The shopping malls that you see all around, the big shopping complexes you see, um, the apartment, the offices that are there for commercial purposes, they are all under commercial real estate, right? And then we have the industrial real estate. The industrial real estate talks about industries, factories, manufacturing firms that you see around. They are all under industrial real estate. And number four, I've mentioned three now: the residential, commercial, and the industrial. And the fourth one, we have the raw land. That is what we call raw land. A lot of people doesn't know about this. The bushes you see have not been harnessed yet. You see, those thick bushes you see, they've not been harnessed yet. So they are what we call raw land in real estate. So it's a type of real estate too, and there are ways by which it is being milked as well. And lastly, we have the special purpose real estate, like the cemeteries you see. They are called special purpose um, real estate, right? So these are the five types of real estate that we have, although sometimes it can be compressed into four or into three, but I'm just trying to give you the vast knowledge of the types of real estate that we have therein, right? So now let us dive into it. How can someone get into real estate? I've been getting this question every now and then from different people. A lot of people sending me text messages. How can I go into real estate? How can I dive into real estate? And this curiosity has made a lot of people spend so much money. You understand? Everybody wants to do a master class. Everybody wants to, pay somebody to teach them how they can be a part of real estate. But I'm going to tell you a secret today. There are only two ways by which you can venture into real estate. Only two proven ways. Number one, as an investor. Number two, as a real estate broker. take note and don't be deceived anywhere you go. Don't be confused wherever you go to, because I'm still going to break them down, right? There are only two ways by which you can venture into real estate. Number one, as an investor. Number two, as a broker, right? So, are you with me? Somebody please say something. Ella, are you with me?
Yeah, we are hearing you, sir. We're hearing you, sir.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 So, as an investor, you're coming into real estate to with money. These are the people that comes into real estate with a huge sum of money, right? There are two type of investors. One, the HNI, the high net worth individuals, HNIs. They come into real estate already made. Do you understand? They are already made. They have money, so they can just go to a developed area, right? Acquire a huge plot of land for about 700 million naira, 500 million naira, as the case may be, and then erect an edifice for commercial purpose. Do you understand? So before you even check, these guys have already spent up to a billion naira plus entering or venturing into the world of real estate. And in the during the rest of their life, they will live benefiting from that decision that they've taken. Because real estate is the only investment vehicle that is real. I'm going to tell you why. Do you understand? There are different investment vehicles, there are different financial vehicles, right? But real estate, according to accountants and economists, they will tell you it is tangible because you can see it, you can feel it, and you can touch it. You understand? So this type of people, they already know the importance of these things. So they can buy a land, build different apartments, like 20 apartments in a compound, 15, and then put it on rent. So for the rest of their life, they will live receiving money from that decision that they've taken, right? Number two, the second type of people, second type of investors are the ones that have 2 million naira, 1.5, 3 million. They don't have much, but they want to enter into the world of real estate. So they may, get in touch with like a real estate personnel or somebody that is skilled in the game to teach them or give them ideas of places where they can buy land and then wait for it to appreciate, right? So these people, we the real estate people, we are already, we've studied the market. So we know places where once you buy a land, in the next 3, 4, 5 years, it's going to appreciate. So these people, they key in and then they buy a land. However, they are also investors. Are you seeing it? So one type of investor is coming with huge amount of money. The other type of investor is not really stable. However, he is still entering into the world of real estate as an investor. You understand? Now, another type of investor, still under the small investor, are people that will come with a little amount of money, 500K, 1 million, and want to partner with companies. Yes, most real estate firms will not tell you that you can partner with them. Yes, you can partner with them. Then they won't tell you this because maybe they don't want you to know some of the secrets. So this type of people, they already know these things. So they bring little they have and partner. In turn, every month or quarterly or yearly, they get a return. So it's going to last within the period that the company exists. Do you understand? Still as an investor. Now, as a broker, you're coming into real estate to act as a middleman, right? This is where you must have already acquired so much knowledge about the game, where you can now stand in to merge the buyer and the seller together and then get a profit, right? So you're coming in as a broker. Under this broker, we have the realtors, the agents, the consultants. All of these people are under the broker. But this is it. An investor can also be a broker, and a broker can also be an investor. Because by the time you are a broker, right, and then you hit a certain figure, you can decide to invest because the investment is real, right? So at that point, you are coming in as what? As an investor. You've already had the knowledge. So you see, these are the only two ways by which you can venture into real estate. Right now, I'm trying to, utilize the time because I have a lot here. Now, in this form, just also know that you're going to make profit whichever way you're coming into the system. You're going to be making profit. Do you understand? As a broker, you're going to be making profit. As an investor, you're going to be making profit. But I want to give you some skill that you need to possess before you go into real estate, before you go into life after school, not just real estate. You understand? When you are in school, you are only experiencing your school at that moment. Do you understand? You've not really come out to see how life works. You understand? And I will listen to, there's a preacher I always listen to, Joshua Selman. He said you need to study and understand how life works. So in my years of experience of studies, I've gathered some tips that will help you in real estate, in every other investment vehicle that you decide to be in or key in life in general. And number one of those skill, this is now we are now in the pounds mystery. Do you understand? I just have to like brief you a little bit about real estate. This is just a briefing. Remember, I can expand it. The knowledge is vast, right? So we are trying to utilize our time. But take the pounds mystery now. Number one is communication skill. See, this is a skill that will help you sail in any difficult situation, that will help you sail in any business that you want to do. As an entrepreneur, you need communication skill. As a real estate consultant, you need communication skill. As a crypto expert or a tech expert, you need communication skill. So communication skill is one of the skill that I've seen break barriers for men, that I've seen lifted people from the scratch to where they are. Now you have a product, right? You are an entrepreneur or you do something. You want the world to see what you're doing. You want to relate with a client. You want people to buy into your idea. Then you need communication skill, because if you cannot communicate to me what you are offering, there is no way I can buy from you. Do you understand? And in our journey, most young people have skipped this particular skill. Many young people have skipped communication skill, right? So communication skill is one of the mysteries of wealth that people don't know. Okay, not every, but check most wealthy people that sells products. They are fluent in communication. They are good. Do you understand? Because our world today wants to see somebody that can speak their mind, somebody that can tell them this is the reason why you should do this. I could remember one certain time I was trying to sell a property to a client, and the client told me, I have stocks I want to invest in, I have crypto I want to invest in, I have this I want to invest in. Now tell me, why should I pick real estate? Why should I buy into your idea? If I was not good with communication skill, there is no way I would have convinced him. And in the end, today we ended up dealing. Do you understand? So even as you are in school or you are out of school, wherever you are, always equip yourself or equip your communication skill. Brush it, touch it. Do you understand? Learn how to speak, learn how to talk, learn how to relate with people. Is going to help you in the world of business. Are we together now? So number two, I can still expand on communication skill, but I'm trying to work with time, right? Number two is, I call it a virtue. It's called honesty. Hold it right there. Let me tell you something. We are in a world where the relevance of honesty has really, really been undermined. Do you understand? So everybody, as a Nigerian, everybody is a thief. So everybody wants to lie. But I'm going to tell you something. Honesty will bring you before kings. Honesty will bring you before great men. Honesty will set you far, far ahead of your counterpart in real estate, in business, whatsoever you have decided to do as a means of survival, you need to apply honesty. Do you understand? I could see some people like they want to sell properties and all that, and before you know, they mark up the price so high that the buyer or the investor is wondering how can this, be like this. Do you understand? And when you ask them, they will find a way to maneuver. It's just you are bringing fraud into the business. You understand? Whatsoever you do, right, in the world of business, be honest. Now, let me tell you something. It is not man that rewards honesty. It is God Himself that rewards honesty, not man. Do you understand? How it's going to happen? You're not going to know. You understand? Sometimes it may look like a dream. You might have been honest for like 6 months, 7 months, and you're getting a penny. And those people that have lied and filled their bellies with lie, they look like they are flourishing. A day will come when that honesty will just bring you in front of a king, and you will sit there forever. Do you understand? So it's God that rewards honesty, not men, right? And in my list here, number 3, I have consistency. Do you understand? In the world of real estate, you must be consistent. In the world of business, you must be consistent. 1 month, there is no result, my dear, keep pushing. 2 months, no result, keep pushing. 3 months, 4 months, keep doing that thing, because the world needs to know that this is what you are doing. It's not after 3 months you say, I've tried them real estate too. Let me enter into this one. I've tried this one. Oh, let me enter. See, not just in real estate. The moment you face life and you find something to do, right? Be consistent in it. You want to show up every day. People wants to see. Do you understand? You want to show up every day because there are people out there that wants to see you. I could remember when I started real estate, my biggest fear was to even post a house or post a property, because I was wondering, people would say, you are now doing real estate. Is this what you are now doing? Whatever you do, people must surely talk. So it was one of my biggest fear. Do you understand? But since I started till now, I have been consistent. Sometimes I get called from strangers and they'll just tell me, somebody referred me to you. What do I do with this money? What do I do with that money? Right? About real estate, somebody referred me to you. Do you understand? If I was not consistent with what I'm doing, there is no way I can get referrals. If I don't have a good communication skill to tell people that this is what I'm doing, there is no way another person is going to refer me. If I am not honest with what I'm doing, there is no way somebody would trust me with millions of naira. Do you understand? And it happens today. Investors stock their money in our care, in our custody. Do you understand? And that money can be there 6 months. Are we together now? So I think I'm already moving too fast. So I will just take a break here so we can dive into question. But this, like I was telling Ella, my time is I have a limited time. So I'll stop here. But is somebody getting value? Are we together?
Okay, we're active, sir. We're active, sir. So, sir, there are some questions for you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, there are some questions. Some people drop questions in the comment section. Okay, somebody said those bushes, when it comes to environmental sustainability, is it important to leave them untouched? That is, I mean, what are environmental sustainability factors to consider when getting involved?
In those bushes. Are you there? When it
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
environmental sustainability, is it necessary to leave those bushes or to still use it as turn it into a city? Is that the question?
Yes, something like that. Yes, something like that.
Okay.
They
I
say,
think
is
I
it not important to leave them untouched?
okay.
That
Now,
was the question.
let me tell you something. Every city was once a bush. Are you there? There is no city today in this Nigeria. I don't want to mention other countries because I don't know how their development happens. But almost all the cities today were once bushes. Do you understand? Now, in environmental sustainability, we need them nature. We need nature, right? So, not all the bushes can be turned into a city. There must be a reserve. Do you understand? If not that in our world today or in the part of the country where we find ourselves, we don't really have value for nature and bushes. But if you go to advanced countries, right, those bushes, those nature, once you take the piece that you want to develop to turn into a city, the rest of it can be groomed into maybe a zoo where the wild animals can live, right? The rest of it can be groomed into a garden. Do you understand? And well taken care of. So the bushes are important. You understand? Not all of them should be turned into cities, right? Some of them need to be reserved for human natural benefits. Do you understand? But then city must be made for our living. The earth is big enough to contain everybody in it. So not all of them must be tampered with. Some of them have to be reserved, right? And those ones reserved, let me tell you, today in Nigeria, most of the bushes you see that are reserved are owned by people. You just see them, you pass by, they are owned by people, those bushes. You understand? So as people are already personalizing those bushes. Do you understand? Because you can use them for many reasons. It can benefit you in many ways. So you don't tamper with all of them. You leave some of the bushes for human benefit. We need them. I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you said. So another question by me. Um, I actually do real estate, but I'm not that active because medical school, all these things. Yeah, so I'm more that I'm waiting. Let me graduate first. If I now focus on it, if I want to focus on it. So the question now is that where are they getting these customers? Like, because that is one big issue. Like, where, guy, my contact list are small. Where,
It,
where will I
it,
start from? Like,
it's, it's good. It's good. I understand your question. In fact, I've gotten this question from so many people. Last week, I even get this question. You understand, Mr. Charles? Where do you get your clients from? Where do you get your customers? Okay, this is where, like I told you, I'm trying to work with time. I've not really stepped into the part where you utilize social media. Do you understand? Social media is a platform where you can meet all calibers of people. Are you there? Where you can meet people. When I started real estate, I started developing my Facebook until I now have about 14 to 15,000 followers, and I can tell you that 40% or 30% of my clients came from Facebook. You understand? Where I saw a property like this. So number one, social media is important in getting clients and customers, right? Social media. Number two, referrals. Are you good with what you do? People will definitely refer you. Do you understand? See, there is nobody on earth, even you yourself, there is nobody that is satisfied with the service that wouldn't want to come back. Nobody. Do you understand? Oh, I like what Mr. A gave to me. The next day in the meeting, somebody said, I want to buy something. I said, no, don't trouble. I have somebody that gave me the best quality referral. Do you understand? And it's, in fact, it's one of the best way to get a client because somebody that is referring you must have done the whole job. You don't need to come and talk. And my name is this. This is what I do. I have proven. I have proofs. The person is already doing the job for you. Do you understand? Number one, I mentioned social media. Number two, I mentioned referrals. Number three, you must be social. What do I mean? I know some people are introverted, some people are they don't like talking. But yes, when you go out in church, in meeting, in parties, hey, good evening, what's your name? You want to make friends. This is what I do for a living. Do you understand? I'm into real estate. I have this, I have that. Yes, I've been into the game for a long time now. These are my track records. Do you understand? So you must have gotten concrete knowledge about real estate before you want to socialize with people. Because as you're going to that party, as you're going to that conference, as you're going to that meeting, you might see somebody that is also into the game and wants to partner with somebody. and they want to test your knowledge. So if your knowledge is still flagging, there is no way they can partner with you. Do you understand? So I've mentioned hangouts, referrals, and social media. You understand? But before you get all these things, you must be consistent. You must be showing up every day that this is what I do. Are you there? Are you there?
I understand. I understand. Come on, the matter long, but it's all right. I understand everything you're saying. I understand. Consistency is even the main thing. Consistency is even the main thing. So I understand what you're saying. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
So
You're
let
welcome.
me go through the comment section whether I'll see another question from
Okay.
another person.
Okay.
Okay.
For want of time, we would have to screenshot the comments to your DM, sir, and then we'll send your reply to the group chat. The second speaker is already here. And thank you
Okay.
very much, sir, for your insights on how to navigate our way in the real
You're welcome.
estate
You're welcome.
industry. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate. Now
You're welcome.
this
You're welcome.
okay, sir. Now
Good
the
to have
second
you.
speaker is a top financial coach and digital entrepreneur who has trained over 70,000 Nigerians on how to earn and invest through crypto, stocks, and digital business. Join me as I welcome Mr. Oruka Otueni. Ewo. What does this mean? Sir, please unmute your mic.
Okay, good evening everyone. Can you guys hear me? Good evening everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. I'm
Um
hearing you.
okay. And please before I kick off, what's the name of the YouTube channel we are hosting
It's
this on?
Nimsa Scope CV.
Please can you kindly spell it? I want to enter with my other device so that I can see if I can be seeing the comment from my end. So I don't know if you mind. I don't know if that's okay.
Can you see it, sir?
No, I can't see it. Oh.
The comment is actually on the screen. I don't know why you're not seeing it. The comment is actually by the right hand side of the screen.
Yeah, it is, but it's very small. It's very
Okay, yeah,
small. I'm
it's
using
small.
my smartphone. I'm not using a
Okay,
system.
okay, okay, okay. So let's send you the link so you can join with another device on YouTube so you
Oh,
can see the comment
okay.
section clear.
Or you can. Okay, no problem. Let's just kick off.
Okay, no problem, no problem. You can go on,
So
sir.
I have 20 minutes, and I'm supposed to talk on. Yeah, how market, the financial market. So let me just brief us on that. So good evening, everyone. My name is Aruka Otwene, and I'm basically a trader and an investor in cryptocurrency and stocks. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to be teaching us how we students, especially medical students like us, can take advantage of the opportunities in the cryptocurrency market and in the stock market. Now, most of us here, I believe we are familiar with crypto. I don't think there's anybody here that have not heard of Bitcoin or hear somebody mention Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very
Hello, sir.
popular. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Bitcoin, yeah,
Okay.
I
Sir.
can hear you.
Yeah. Bitcoin is very popular. But not every one of us is familiar with the stock market. Even though the stock market
Yes,
is
sir,
way
I
older than the
can.
cryptocurrency.
There's an icon. Very first icon.
Eh? Don't worry, let me just continue. Don't worry, let me just continue. Even though a lot of us are familiar with the crypto market, not everybody is familiar or exposed to the stock market. So I'm going to quickly explain what the stock market is related to the cryptocurrency market opportunities in the market. What is the stock market? The stock market is very, very old. It dates back to the early 90s. People have been trading stock even before Nigeria had independence. Talking about 1950s, early 1960s and all that. People have been making money from the stock market. Now, investing in stock or buying stock is just basically buying ownership of a company, part ownership of a company. Name it, there are a lot of companies in Nigeria, bank companies, telecommunication companies, industrial companies, and not even Nigeria too, across the globe. So these companies give you the opportunity to own part of them, to own a tiny portion of the company. And all you need to do is just basically buy their shares. Alternatively, it's called stocks. So what I'm saying is this: if I have 10 million naira, for instance, and I buy UBA share, it means that I'm now somewhat a part owner of UBA Bank. That means every single decisions that affect UBA Bank should affect me or will affect me, because now my money is now in UBA Bank. That's just basically what shares is or what stocks is. Now, cryptocurrency on the other hand is cryptocurrency are digital assets, digital money, right? So when you buy cryptocurrency, you are buying digital assets. Now, one unique feature of stocks and cryptocurrency that makes them very good and at the same time that makes them dangerous is that they are volatile. Now, unlike fiat currency, when you hear fiat currency, FIAT is the normal money you know. Nigerian naira is a fiat currency, Japanese yen is a fiat currency, United States dollar is a fiat currency, British pounds, South African rand. Those are the normal currency you know. They are classified as fiat currency. Unlike fiat currency that are relatively stable, cryptocurrency and stocks are volatile. Now, what do I mean by they are volatile? It means that the price of a cryptocurrency asset is not stable. It's always moving either upwards or downwards. Today, you can see the most common crypto, Bitcoin. Of course, today you can see Bitcoin as $100,000. You come tomorrow and you see it at $90,000. The same thing. Let me use Meta, for instance, Meta company, the company that owns Facebook, Instagram, and all that. You can see Meta share or Meta stock at $100 today, come back tomorrow and it's $200. They are volatile, they are not stable, they don't stay one place. Now, their volatility is what makes them valuable. It's what makes people take advantage of them. Because of their volatile nature, you can now bet on these assets to make money from them. So how do people really make money from the stock market, and how do people really make money from the cryptocurrency market? It is basic, simple formula. By buying these assets low and selling them high, you buy it at a particular price point and sell it at a different price point, and you make money. Simple. Assuming, let me use myself as an example. I bought UBA shares or UBA stocks early last year at 22 naira per share. Today now is selling for 48 naira per share. So as of last year, one UBA share was selling for 22 naira. Now it's selling for 48 naira. So that's almost more than double the amount. 22 naira times 2 is 44 naira. So it's more than double. So anybody that puts, for instance, 1 million naira or 100,000 naira in UBA share last year, that person money will not be double today. The person money will not be 2 million or 200,000 naira. The same thing, likewise, Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin last year. When I bought Bitcoin, Bitcoin was selling for $68,000. I bought some. Now, Bitcoin is selling for $115,000 right now. So I'm doing this class with you. So the money I put in Bitcoin last year has increased. That's just the basic idea Now, the next question you might be asking is, okay, why does this asset fluctuate? What is actually driving the volatility? Why is Bitcoin always going up or coming down? Or why is the stock market volatile? Why will I come and see Bitcoin at $100,000 today and tomorrow I'll come and see it at $80,000? Or why will I come and see Ethereum at $100,000 today and tomorrow I'll come and see it at $20,000? Why does these stocks or cryptocurrency asset go down and go up? Now, there are many reasons. There are many reasons. There are many reasons why these stocks or crypto asset move in a volatile nature. But the basic reason is simple demand and supply. Simply demand and supply. Now, let me explain. At every single point in time, the price of a particular cryptocurrency asset or the price of a particular share or stock is dependent on the demand of that stock. When they say demand, it means that how are people asking for it? Demand means people want to buy it. That's the meaning. Demand means buy. Supply means the total amount available. Right? So if people are always demanding the asset, if a lot of people are demanding the asset at that particular point in time, the asset is going to go up in price. Why? Because people are injecting liquidity into the asset. Enter mere liquidity means money. People are putting money into the asset. Let me make it clearer. November last year, we did US election happened. They did US election. And Donald Trump won. Immediately, who is that person disturbing us?
I don't know what it is.
Hello?
Who is that person? Uh,
Hello, sorry, I don't know my
immediately
mic
they
was on. Sorry.
okay. Immediately they announced that Trump won. Bitcoin moved from $70,000 to $100,000 in the next few days. The question you might be asking is why? The simple answer is because a lot of people started buying Bitcoin. So when a lot of people are buying a particular asset, it's going to go up in price. When a lot of people start selling that asset, it's going to go down in price. That's just the basic idea. So as an investor or as a trader, your goal is to figure out which assets will people buy more in the nearest future and get in before them. So as an investor, you are a visionary, you are a visioneer. You want to ask yourself, which assets, which commodity are people buying right now? Or will people buy in the coming future so that I will and wait? There are basically two ways people make money from the cryptocurrency or stock market. Number one is trading, and number two is investing. There are more, but these are just the two basic ways, trading and investing. Now, what is the difference? The difference is just timing. Timing. Now, trading is more of a short-term stuff. If I buy Bitcoin today and I want to make money out of it and sell it later today, I'm trading short-term. Investing is long-term. The first time I bought Bitcoin was in um, 2019 or 2018. That was the first time I bought Bitcoin, although I sold it later. But then I went ahead to buy Bitcoin in 2021. And since 2021, I've not sold down my Bitcoin I bought. Although I didn't put much money because 2021, I didn't even have much money to buy Bitcoin. I just graduated from school 2021, so I didn't even have much there. The little money I have, I put it in Bitcoin. And that money I put in Bitcoin, I still in Bitcoin as I'm talking to you right now. And I've made times 10 the amount I put. So hypothetically, if I had put 1 million then, that money now will not be what? 10 million. Because the capital I invested 2021 is times 10. From 2021 till now is 4 years. That is investing. Long time frame. So when you are buying an asset with the hope of holding it for a long term, you are investing. When you are buying an asset with the hope of making quick money from it in the short term, it could be within days, it could be within hours, it could be within weeks or even months. That is trading. Now, we cannot talk about how to trade in this session because we don't have the time and all that. But this is this is one way every single person believe person breathing, every single living human put. This is one way every single one of you listening to me can make. If you are aware, you can. Okay, this is how every single one of us can take advantage of the stock or crypto market simply by investing. And investing is not an issue. Anybody can buy Bitcoin today. Anybody can buy Ethereum. Anybody can buy um, UBA stock. Anybody can buy Dangote Cement stock. Anybody can buy it. But the main challenge is that a lot of people don't understand the fact that this asset is volatile, and the fact that the only way you can really make money from this asset is if you are investing for the long term. If you are investing for the long term. Now, before I end up this session, I want to explain something that I think it will change your mind. A lot of us don't make money. I think some of you watching me here are already familiar with the crypto market. Some of you have lost money because on the average, 1 out of every 4 Nigerians has lost money from crypto. But the question is, why did you lose money? Now, there are many reasons. Number one is that a lot of people don't understand how the market works. Most people think this is a get rich quick scheme. You can only benefit as a beginner that you are from the market if you are in for the long term. I usually tell people you can never go wrong buying Bitcoin for the long term. By just buying and doing nothing for the long term, you will definitely make money. I'm going to explain to you why. Now, there's something called a chart, a trading chart. If you are familiar with trading, or if you even if you have slight knowledge, you should have seen a chart where you see a lot of red and green candles symbolizing the asset movement. When you see green candle, it means the asset is going up. When you see red candle, it means the asset is going down. If you have not seen anything like that before, just when this session ends, just take your phone and search tradingview.com. It's going to take you to a website, create an account, then search Bitcoin on the search bar there, and you are going to see something like a chart where you see a lot of green and red movement. Now that is a chart. Now that chart is showing you the the movement, the price action of that asset at that time in price, and that time at that point particular time. Now that chart, it works in different time frame. You can look at the performance of Bitcoin, for instance, in the past 30 minutes, and you're going to see a lot of up and down movement. So it's telling you that Bitcoin has moved up and down. It's going to show you how Bitcoin has performed in the last 30 minutes. You can check it in the last 1 hour, you can check it in the last 3 hours, you can check it in the last 5 years, you can even check it in the last 10 years. Now, when you check Bitcoin performance in the last 1 month, you are going to see a lot of up and down movement. You are going to see a lot of volatility. I'm going somewhere, please follow me. When you understand this, it will be impossible for you not to make money from the crypto market or the stock market the easy way. I just told you that I bought Bitcoin in 2021 and I'm up by times 10 my initial capital. As I'm talking to you now, every single money I have in crypto is in profit. Every single money I have in the stock market, I'm not in loss in any of them. And what I do is just simply invest. I trade, but I'm more of an investor. Now, this is the idea behind it. Look at the performance of the asset for the past 1 month. You're going to see a lot of up and down movement. It's telling you that, okay, if you had bought this asset and held it for the past 1 month, the asset would have gone up, gone down, gone up, gone down. And you might even likely end up in loss at the end of 1 month. If you look at it in the past 3 months, you'll still see a lot of up and down movement. But zoom back and look at the asset price in the past 2 years. You are going to see you are going to see the general overview is that you're going to see only upward. It will be like the asset has only gone up for the past 2 years. But within that 2 years, there were times where it went down in it ended up in loss in some days and some months. But on the long term, it's going up. Warren Buffett said something. He says stocks. And Warren Buffett is more of a stock investor, but I'm also relating it to crypto. So I'm going to modify the quotes and put it this way. Assets always go up in price. They always go up in price, but the journey is not a smooth one. I'm going to say it again. Assets always go up in price, but the journey is not a smooth one. What it's actually saying is this: on a long term, assets like cryptocurrency, especially good cryptocurrency, because not all cryptocurrency are good ones. right? If you are investing for the long term, I usually tell my students stay away from meme coins. Invest in. It's just sad that we don't have more time. If not, we can talk about this for hours, and I promise you are going to learn a lot. So I'm just going to be touching the basics and some of the key points. Now, investing in good cryptocurrency that has good fundamentals and good use case for the long term will definitely make you money, because on the long term, these assets are shown to grow up in price. Yes, there will be short term volatility. This journey will not be smooth, but it will be upward only. Now, you might be saying 2 years is too far. How will I be investing in something for 2 years? How will I be investing in something for 5 years? Won't that eat? I'm a student. Won't I survive? That was the biggest mistake I made in school. If I had been buying Bitcoin or and now let me make you understand this very clearly. If you had invested 1 million naira in total in Transcorp Hotel stocks in the past 5 years, no, not 5 years, in the past three, from 2020 till now is 2021 to 2022 to 2023 to 2024 and 2025. So in the past 5 years, if you had invested 1 million, just 1 million in Transcorp Hotel stocks in the past 5 years, your 1 million will be worth 30 million today. If you had invested in UBA Bank, it would be worth 15 million today. If you had invested it in Jais Bank, it would be worth 4 or 5 million today. Those are stocks. If you had invested it in crypto, like Ethereum, it would be worth 20 something million today. Now, you don't even have to invest that 1 million at once. You can invest little by little, spread it across different time zone in this asset. So the key point I'm leaving you with now is this: start investing in crypto. Stick to the basics: Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those are assets with solid fundamentals. The US government are buying these assets. And the US government, they are not fools. You are not wiser than the US government. For them to put money into this asset, it means that they have seen something that you are not seeing. And one of the mistakes you might be telling yourself, or one of the things that you might be using to deceive yourself, is that you'll be telling yourself that Bitcoin is too high. I want to put money in small crypto. That was in one of the mistakes I made. And most of all those crypto I put my money in, once the market go down, my money is gone. But Bitcoin is solid, it has come to stay with good fundamentals. When you buy this asset, you are sure that even if you experience short-term volatility, on the long run, you are going to make money. So as a student, what you should do is that gradually start investing. When it comes to investing, the most important factor is consistency, not even the amount as a beginner. The most important factor is consistency. So you can make it a routine every month. You buy this asset. You can say, okay, I'm going to make it a routine of buying Bitcoin every single month. Maybe 10,000 naira, maybe 5,000 naira. I'll do it for 5 years. I'm telling you, you'll be shocked at how much you make after 5 years. And this thing I'm telling you, I'm not just telling you, it's something I do. For the past 5 months, I've been buying Bitcoin every day, every single day. I've bought $10 worth of Bitcoin for the past 5 months. For the past 1 year, I've bought stocks every single month. One of the stock I'm personally invested in is UBA Bank. I'm also invested in Tesla stock, which is a US stock. Another one is Nvidia. I invest in the stock market every single month. Every single month, I buy stocks. I put money into the stock. Every day, I literally buy Bitcoin at least $10 every single day. Now, you might not be as liquid as I am, because I have a digital marketing business. I make money online. I know how to make money online and all that. I'm a coach. People pay me for this thing you are learning and all that. So I have things that make me money. So when I basically make money from them, and most importantly, I also trade. I trade crypto, I trade futures and all that. So when I make money, I just put into this asset. It might not be as liquid as I am, but with the little you have, consistently buy this asset for the long term, and I believe you won't regret it. So I'm going to stop here because of the time. Like I said earlier, we have a lot to discuss, but there's no time, because the question you might be asking, okay, how do I know assets to buy? How do I know good ones to buy? I don't even know how to buy them. Which app will I buy them? Which platform will I use to buy them? And a lot of that. There are a lot of questions that is coming up in your mind, especially as beginners. But I don't have time. They gave me only 20 minutes, so that's not my fault. But what I can advise you to do is just try to go and learn more. You can go to TikTok and follow me. Just search my name, Okatune, and I have a lot of videos on stocks and crypto you can watch for free on my TikTok page, even on my YouTube page. Just search my name on TikTok and YouTube. I have a lot of videos you can learn there, and you can even get directions on how you can learn directly from me when you go to my pages. So, for the sake of time, I'm going to stop here and just take your questions and we'll round up my session. So, moderator, over to you. Please coordinate the questions and answer session.
Okay, good evening, sir. Okay, thank you very
Good
much for
evening.
your time. Thank you very much for the session. It was such a beautiful session. So somebody asked, she said, which markets do you think will be more profitable to invest in? Telecom or banking? Or is there any other?
In Nigeria, it's banking. In Nigeria, banking industry is one of the biggest in Nigeria. Telecom in Nigeria is just two companies, MTN and Airtel. Well, we only have two companies listed in Nigerian stock market in telecom, which is MTN and Airtel. But the banking sector is wide, it's very big. Like we have Zenny Bank, we have UBA, we have GTB, we have Fidelity, we have Jais Bank, and all that. So it is the banking industry in Nigeria. But when you are investing in the stock market, I usually advise people you need to diversify. Don't put too much money in one sector. So you can invest in both sectors, especially if you have funds. You just diversify. Don't go and put all your money in one sector. It's not a good way to invest. You put some in bank, you put some in telecommunication, you can put some in industry like production companies like Dangote Cement, Boa Cement, Vitafoam, and all that. Then you can also put some in food, Dangote Sugar, Nascon, Boa Foods, and all that. So, but when it comes to the best sector in Nigeria, it is the banking sector. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That's actually nice. So banking is the best because yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is very, very understandable. Okay, now which apps can I use to if I want to invest under this stocks trading? Because I do forex and crypto, but I don't do stocks. Which app can I use to enter into these stocks if I want to venture into it?
Yeah, you just download Bamboo app. Bamboo. Bamboo. Bamboo is a good app that can allow you to invest in both Nigeria and the US stock market. It's a legit app. So that's all you need. Bamboo can work. We also have other app like Cowrie Rise. Although Cowrie Rise allows you to just invest in the Nigerian stock market. Then we also have Yocha, we have Chaka, we have Afri Invest, we have a lot of them, but the most popular one is Bamboo. So
Okay,
that's the
sir.
app.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. You had a very beautiful session, sir. Thank you very much.
You're very much welcome. So if you want to learn more, you can just go to my page on TikTok and YouTube, and you are going to see a lot of free resources there that will teach you more about stocks and cryptocurrency.
Okay, no problem, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Okay.
So
Okay, so our last speaker is a banker and assistant manager at Zenith Bank PLC, like the Zenith Bank that you know. He acquired MSc and PhD in business management from Enugu State University of Science and Technology, that's ISU, and has experience in the banking industry for over 16 years or more. 16 years. So join me as I welcome Dr. Njoko Onye Dekachi. So welcome, sir. Can you can turn on your mic, sir?
Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. Can you guys
Good
hear?
evening, sir. Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you. They can hear you, sir.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the introduction. My name is Onyedeka Chinjoku. I work for Zenith Bank. and I appreciate the opportunity you guys have given me to speak about financial literacy. I'm also impressed by the caption or the theme of this conference, which is turning medicine to millions, if I'm correct. Um, am I audible enough? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well, sir.
Okay. So let me start by saying that I come from a family of doctors. My younger brother is a gynecologist. I also have an uncle, but my younger brother is in nothing. Is practicing in Nottingham. The wife is a medical doctor. I also have an uncle who is a cardiologist in UNN. My brother-in-law is also a medical doctor practicing somewhere in Saudi Arabia. So I'm very conversant with medical doctors, which makes me extremely comfortable to be in your midst. Um, I'm here to speak on what I call financial literacy, but I've christened it the evangelism of money. Um, my generation, I come from the generation of millennials, and we do not have the luxury of being taught about money or finance. But the world has changed a great deal, and you guys are lucky to be born in this time to have the privilege to hear and talk about money, even as students. I'm aware there are no subjects in your curriculum. There are no courses in your curriculum that talk about money. Which is why I respect what you guys have done by trying to invite people who are experienced, about money and investments, and speak to you guys so that we all can learn. I call it the celebration of knowledge. So quickly, you see, money was demonized by our parents who believed if a student or a young person talks about money, then it's a crime, or the person has tendencies to be a criminal. You will hear things like money doesn't grow on trees, making money is difficult. For those who come from civil servant parents, in my own time, we always heard about them saying they are being owed by the government, they are being owed pension. So they made money look like rocket science and a very difficult thing to have. So pretty much why it looked like the people who did not go through school, people who are not educated formally, talk about those who probably did apprenticeship in businesses, in the markets. Pretty much while it looks like they succeed more in terms of money is because they were exposed to money pretty early. In my sojourn as a banker, I've seen people who come to enroll for apprenticeship in the markets as early as the age of 9. That kind of kid, before he becomes a teenager, he has understood and also already have the mastery of money. But because we have to go through the formal education, for example, you guys who are medical students who spend about 6 years in school, another 1 year for internship, you know, so you probably stumble on managing money and managing yourself and investing the moment you start earning your money as house officers. In other words, money is a good thing. In fact, for those of us who are Christians, research has shown that the Bible talks about money more than any subject matter in the Bible. I've said this in several fora. So there's a wrong perception that money is root of all evils, but that is wrong. What is bad is the love of it to the point that you want to make it through illegal means. Now let's go to this. I have a slide. I don't know whether you guys got the slide. Let's go to the slides. But for starters, let's get to know Zenith Bank. That's where I work. So we can put in perspective the profile of the bank that has given me the platform to deliver this lecture. Without wasting our time, Zenith Bank is the number one bank in Nigeria by Tier 1 capital for the 14th consecutive year. It is the best bank in Nigeria 2025 according to Global Finance Magazine. It is the Bank of the Year 2025 according to Daily Independent. It is the biggest bank in Nigeria by Tier 1 capital. The Banker magazine also gave us that award. Best commercial bank in Nigeria 2021 to 2025 award given by World Finance. It is the best bank in corporate governance according to the World Finance. Best corporate governance financial services Africa 2025 ethical boardroom. Best sustainable bank in Nigeria. So, I can go on and on and on. But let's quickly look at what we mean when we talk about financial literacy. Financial literacy helps you to understand and effectively use various financial skills such as personal financial management, savings, budgeting, investing, etc. Specifically, it helps you to acquire knowledge on how money works in the world. I've had two speakers before me. One talked about real estate, the other on cryptocurrency and stock market. They did a fantastic job. I mean, that was awesome. But we would, as a matter of fact, need to have the basic financial knowledge to understand how money works and even how to raise the requisite capital to engage in any of this, in any enterprise at all. We need to have the fundamentals, before pursuing a career in any business. So, very quickly, the next slide talks about what we call the money cycle. What is the money cycle? It is the flow of money, how money works. Um, First of all, money you must start from earning. To earn means to receive money in exchange for work or services provided. In other words, you're either selling a product or a service. Those are the only two ways you can earn money legally. So when you earn, the next step is you save. What does that mean? You have to set aside money for future use instead of spending all immediately. So when you have saved, you spend. Spending means to use your money to buy goods or services that you need or want. They highlighted the word need and want here. We'll look at that in details as we proceed. So when after spending, then you invest. This is to put out money into something that you believe will increase in value over time. Then from the yields of your investment, then you can donate. What is this? Means giving money to resources to help others in need. In other words, that's what we call charity. Let us proceed to the next slide, which talks about budgeting. So a budget is a tool that helps you to keep track of your spending and plan your finances. The first step is to separate your needs from your wants. What are your needs? These are necessities that you cannot live without: rent, airtime, and transportation. What are your wants? These are the things you desire and wish for, but can actually do without them. A pair of new shoes, the latest mobile phone, game console, or concert tickets. These are the things you can do without. However, when you have extra or excess, that is when you begin to talk about your wants. Um, so let us quickly look at some of the common investment products. These are safe uh, investments that guarantees you return on capital and some profits. We have the Nigerian Treasury Bill, we have the federal government bonds, we have the Euro bonds, and we have the fixed deposits. Nigerian Treasury Bill are short-term financial instruments that are issued by the government with maturity periods ranging from a few days up to a year, up to 1 year. They are considered among the safest investments because they are backed by full faith and credit of the federal government of Nigeria. They can be purchased through the primary or the secondary markets. It is considered to have little or no risk. They are very liquid because you can always liquidate them and get your money back. Uh, Federal government bonds is another product for investments. FGM bonds are debt securities and liabilities of the federal government of Nigeria issued by the Debt Management Office for and on behalf of the federal government. The FGN has an obligation to pay beholder of the principal and agreed interests as and when due, available through primary and secondary markets as well. The euro bond is a bond denominated in a currency other than the home currency of the country or market which it is issued. These bonds are frequently grouped together by the currency in which they are denominated. Euro bonds are issued internationally outside the jurisdiction of any single country and are subject to lower level of listing, disclosure, and regulatory requirements. Um, Lastly, we have the fixed deposits. It's a short-term money market investment at an agreed and fixed rates with a tenor of between 30 and 90 days for savings towards future projects. Okay, again, we have loans. Some of the loans include salary advance, personal loan, asset financing loan, and mortgage loan. Salary advance basically is a loan for salary earners. Um, of course, in Nigeria, salaries are paid monthly. If for any reason your salary is domiciled in Zenith Bank, for let's say you're a medical doctor or you're a house officer working for Federal Medical Center, Umuahia or Were or Abasek University Teaching Hospital, and you have need, let's even say your salaries are paid on the 30th of every month, and some, for unforeseen circumstances or eventualities, you have a need on the 15th of the month, you can actually draw earlier in the month against your salary. The bank can avail you a certain fraction of your salary to be to use and solve your problems if your salaries come by the end of the month. We have personal loan. This is what is used to probably buy a car or buy an asset. You also have asset finance. This is what one is for those in business. You want to buy machinery or equipment that is required in your business. We also have the mortgage for those who are looking to finance a house. These are the available lines of credits and loans for us in Zenny Bank. I've just defined it. Okay, we have uh, types of accounts depending on the age range of the person involved. We have individual service accounts. We have individual current account. We have a corporate account for those in business. I'm aware a lot of you guys here already have accounts with banks. In other words, you know the requirements to open an account. Because photographs, passport photograph, a valid means of identification, usually the national identity card, because your name is required to open an account in a Nigerian bank. NIN and BVN are kind of tied together now, so you require that to open an account. I'm not going to bore us with that, but for those of us looking at opening a corporate account, of course, the account must have been registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, which is the government department saddled with the responsibility of registering new businesses. When you register that account, they will give you CAC documents. For limited liability, there are documents for that. And for enterprise, which is not a limited liability company, there are also documents for that. They will give it to you when you register the company. So we have our loyalty products. So I'm going to list them out. That we have diaspora account, we have Save for Me, we have Ethical Service account, we have Zenith Prestige account, Timeless Savings and Credit account. These are for senior citizens age 60 and above. We actually have a lot of card products. We have credit card, we have debit cards, Visa card, Mastercard, and Verve cards are all available in Zenith Bank in NFA branches nationwide. Um, Let me also intimate us on some of the financial terminologies that we're going to meet in our sojourn through life as business people, as medical doctors who are going to be handling money and doing big things. What is the collateral? We have to know like collateral, bad debt, mortgage, lien, amortization, budget, insurance, liabilities, overdrafts, bankruptcy, etc. The first speaker who came from the real estate background said something. He said pretty much what you require to succeed in life is that you must be able to engage, be able to speak. So as a medical doctor practicing in Nigeria or who owns businesses, when a banker or a financial expert walks into your office to engage you, there are terminologies you will use, and the person will know that you're not a walkover. The person will know that he or she has met someone who is equally as experienced and as smart as the banker is. So collateral are assets that are offered to secure a loan or other credit. It becomes subject to seizure on default of loan. Bad debt, a customer's debt that is unlikely to be paid anytime soon, usually written off from the account. Mortgage is a loan used to purchase or maintain a house, plot of land, or real estate. Lien. Lien is a legal right to a debtor's property or other assets. Typically, assets that were used as collateral to obtain a loan. Amortization. This is a process of paying off a debt over time in equal installments, which will result in the payoff at its maturity. Budget is a list of planned revenue and expenditure for a given period. What is insurance? Insurance is a legal agreement where an insurer agrees to cover or indemnify the insured in the event of an unfortunate loss of life or assets. Liabilities, these are debts or financial obligations of the bank. Customers' deposits and interest on loans are liabilities of the bank and borrower, respectively. We also mentioned overdrafts, a finance arrangement where a lender lets a business withdraw more than the balance of an account. In other words, when a bank gives you a line of overdrafts and your account has, say, 200,000 naira, the bank can give you a line of 1 million. In other words, if you have 200,000 naira, you can draw as high as 1.2 million. That's an overdraft. Bankruptcy, this occurs when a bank or an individual finds itself unable to pay off all its deposits and meet its liabilities. So for the banking sector is one of the most regulated sectors in Nigeria or in the world globally. Reason being that people have deposited their valuable assets, which is money, in our care. So we are custodians of public funds, of the funds of people and citizens of the country. So the government doesn't joke with sectors that handle the funds of people. Because if anything happens to the banking sector of any country, that country is gone. So the banking sector has several regulators who are watching us every day, coming into our offices to check what. Sometimes they even go as far as checking our vaults. So we have the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, is the apex regulatory authority of the financial system. CBN is the auto and finisher. They're the ones who issue licenses, they're the ones who withdraw licenses of banks. So they're the major regulatory authority in the financial industry. We have the National Insurance Commission, NICOM. They regulate the insurance sector, which is also part of the financial services, which is also part of the financial services industry. We have the Securities and Exchange Commission. This regulates the capital markets and stock markets. We have the National Deposit Insurance Company. NDIC protects depositors' funds and guarantees the settlements of insured funds. We have the National Pension Commission, which regulates the pension managers, the PFAs, and the PFIs. Let me also add to this slide. Um, so I always tell medical doctors this. So when you are in a profession, okay, when you're studying a professional course like medicine and surgery, it looks as if the world has limited you to a certain sector. In other words, you must be a doctor or you must practice in the healthcare industry. Well, there are two things. Two things are involved. Becoming a doctor is one thing, and making money is an entirely different ball game. So before you guys now, it's the responsibility of making sure you graduate as medical doctors. And I know all of you are on that path. Medical doctors, medical students are usually one of the most intelligent people that we have academically. Now, when you finish studying medicine, you now go and start looking for money. Whether you're going to do that in the healthcare sector or any other sector. But what we have done this evening is to lay the foundation to understand how money works. The truth is that a lot of us did not have like I said earlier, the luxury of being told anything about money until we started earning money. So in other words, we just hitchhiked our way through trying to understand how money works. And sincerely, it was not an easy route. Um, I would also like to let you guys know there are 200 million Nigerians who have medical needs. Lately, we've had massive migration of doctors out of the country in search of greener pasture. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, if the federal government has not done the right thing by trying to get better welfare packages for doctors sorted, so I mean, living in Nigeria could be the fastest way to find financial freedom. However, 200 million Nigerians is a lot of markets for healthcare professionals. You see, the World Health Organization has a standard, which is 600 people for one doctor. But in Nigeria today, based on for example, Nigeria has about 55,000 doctors, 72,000 actually registered as medical doctors with licenses. It is projected that 35,000 doctors have left Nigeria in the last couple of years. So we have a major shortage of doctors in Nigeria. That for me is an opportunity to make a lot of money from that industry. In other words, instead of having one medical doctor to 600 patients, in Nigeria, it is as bad as 10,000 doctors, 10,000 patients for one medical doctor. This is an information I'm giving to you guys tonight. That Nigeria has never had a better opportunity for medical doctors than now. Um, I'm aware that the medical practice, the healthcare system in the US is basically run by the private sector. And that is why the US is about the highest paying, pays the highest in the entire world. I'm not sure there's any country that pays better than the US to medical doctors. A place like the UK, where the industry is managed by the government, the pay is still not as wonderful as what we have in the US. So what I'm saying in essence is that Nigeria still requires massive investments in the healthcare sector. I know we have the skill. In fact, the other day, the US Embassy posted something on their sites, and they said that for those of their citizens traveling to Nigeria, they should have this information. That Nigeria has one of the best medical professionals in the world, but what will lack is the medical facilities and infrastructure. I don't expect us to leave school and go and start building massive hospitals, but I know that we can partner. I know that we can start small. I know that there's a lot you can do with a medicine degree, and nobody says you must be work in the or invest in the healthcare sector. I have a lot of doctor friends. I can mention three here. One finished medicine say 15 years ago. He owns a very large oil and gas concern. Plays very well in in the downstream sector. I also have another doctor who based in Calabar, who's into IT. He has IT firms that provides post UME platform and support for Nigerian universities. He also owns a nightclub. He also owns a hotel, and these were funds he raised from practicing as a young medical doctor, and were very smart and creative with his funds. Um, I think I've spent 30 minutes speaking. At this point, I'm going to pause and actually give us the opportunity to ask questions, and also if there are those who want to make contributions, the floor is yours at the moment. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you very
sir.
much, sir. Okay.
Go ahead, Augustine. Okay, thank you, sir, for your words of insight. Please, if you have any question to ask, please do that. Just comment and I'll ask it. I want to ask. Hey,
Go ahead, I'm listening.
God abeg. Augustine.
Hello. I think she's not. I think her network is having issues. Okay. Somebody's asking the BVN in the bank opening form. Is it compulsory? No, It's not compulsory. If you look, it is not compulsory. You understand? It is not compulsory. So yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, sir, if you knew anything about medical insurance because there are a lot of patients that actually come into the hospital and it's usually funny. They don't have money to pay, and abroad there's insurance that covers medical bills, but in Nigeria it's kind of limited. So can you buttress anything on it as to how probably we can do it, or like how to improve medical insurance in Nigeria?
Oh, okay. I'll just let you know. I'll just summarize it for you. So what is medical insurance? It's just that you pay a certain premium to a HMO. HMO are like health maintenance organizations, health management organizations. Uh, you pay them from your salary or from, you agree on an amount, a premium you pay them, and then they tell you the hospitals that are subscribed under them. So when you are sick, you get them. For some of us, under the employment of any bank, we have a health insurance, and that covers myself, my wife, and my children, and sometimes even your parents. So the whole idea is part of my salary is budgeted, is set aside for that, like a premium. So when I'm sick, I go to the hospital, I'm treated, and HMO pays the hospital. It's difficult for somebody who is unemployed to have health insurance, but I'm aware that the government is working on something for probably civil servants, both at the state and at the federal level. I'm also aware that people who are in business can go and subscribe under NSITF. I know there's a social insurance, with NSITF that also provides some healthcare, insurance for even business people. So it's available there. But to that there is no the media, the governments or the HMOs have not done a lot, to promote or to evangelize this product. But I know it is out there, and when they come and ask you about health insurance, find out where they work, and if the person is employed, tell them to go back to the employer and find out if they have health insurance. Thank you.
Okay, hello. Can you guys hear me? Like I'm having network issues. Hello. Hello, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear
Yes,
me?
go
I
ahead. I
think
can
the
hear.
host
Go
has.
ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, does anybody have any question, please? He's done with the first question. Does anybody have any question? I think the
So,
first host is having a network issue. So
someone asked a question about medical. I heard. I don't know whether the person heard me. Someone asked a question about medical insurance. I don't know whether it was
yeah, he
clear.
asked about medical insurance. I don't know if she's still connected. I don't know.
But
Yeah, she
but but
asked
you
about
but you
medical
had me. But
insurance.
you had me right.
Yes, I heard everything you said, sir. About the your under insurance under your company, then there will be a hospital. Some hospitals are also signed under that same insurance. So you go to those particular hospitals to treat yourself, and then you get paid. Then the hospital gets paid from the company under insurance. On so yeah,
Absolutely.
we are also it was okay. So
Absolutely.
somebody said there's AXA Mansard. Is it a very good health insurance company? I don't know how. I don't know if you can see the comment section, sir. I don't know if you can see the comment section.
Oh, so AXA Mansard is has an insurance. Is an insurance. They have an investment arm. They have an insurance arm, and I know that they provide some health insurance services. I'm aware of that. Most insurance companies provide, health insurance services. So yeah, the person can actually go there and find out. But I know that AXA Mansard is a very renowned and popular insurance company. Thank you.
But the thing about this insurance company is that if the hospital you went to now is not signed up under that particular health insurance company, what will you then do next? Like, what should be your next option? For example, if it's something like an emergency and the hospital near you is not signed up under that particular health insurance.
Okay, okay, it's straightforward. Yeah? So when you have a health insurance, they will provide you with like a handbook or a detailed document telling you the hospitals that are subscribed under them. For example, you cannot have account in any bank. I want to go and withdraw from VA. So it's a similar service. It's a service that provides. So most HMOs have one, two, three, four, five hospitals, and the insurance also tells you the extent of coverage. In other words, they may tell you that this is going to cover things like malaria, typhoid. They'll tell you the sicknesses and the ailments that they cover because you cannot be paying say premium of 10,000 naira a year and you want to go there and do kidney transplants. I mean, the insurance company may not have, that coverage may not be there. That's why when you go to enroll for insurance for health insurance, sometimes they're going to probably give you a form to profile your health. Some will even send you for a test to know your level of fitness. So that you don't have a heart disease or have a kidney condition or and then you want to go and enroll. I'm so sorry, so they will give you to the extent of coverage for ailments under their insurance policy. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Somebody else asked the question: are there any loan options for students, and also flights from the bank that people can pay back after school, like when you start working?
Okay. Okay. Nigeria just the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu just started a student loan scheme. Um, I know that will also be routed through the student loan, scheme for student for undergraduates, managed by the federal government. I'm aware of that product, and I know some people have assessed it. For the commercial banks, we do not have products yet in Nigeria for students. But I'm aware that this government, the present government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu floated the student loan scheme. So maybe probably you can go online and see if you can find texts or literature on that product. Thank you. Do we have any more questions? So we can proceed or end this session. Are there more questions that you guys would like me to answer?
Sir?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. For people
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, network has been bad. So thank you very much. As regards Zenith, please, people should open a bank with Zenith. It's really, if you don't have an account, there's even for me, I have a target savings. I can you can have a savings account and still have a target savings with the same account where you cannot withdraw the money via any means unless you go. And this is a very effective way of saving, if you ask me. You can actually send money into the account, but you can't withdraw anything from it. So even if you have an account with them, you can still open another account as well. I'll be sending the link to the group chat. I know right now to log out of here and go back will be a problem. So that's what I will do. If you have any question, please indicate. And so it's how to make money while in med school. But we've talked about this yesterday, content creation and all of that. Is there any solution that's making money, sir, while in school?
Well, I know
Sir,
I've had an engagement with the medical students in APSU at the time, some time ago, and I saw that some of them were already. I had one who was who came there to play saxophone. I know I gave him money. I had one that who told me she makes small chops. One said, but you don't want to do something that will distract you from the primary goal. The primary goal is actually to graduate as a medical doctor. So whatever you are doing in school to make money must not distract you from, the reason why your parents are paying the fees. However, you can start from the basics of if you get pocket money from friends and family, you spend some and save some. Start from that discipline first, before you start thinking about business. I know the degree in medicine is quite challenging and is tasking that you need to read volumes and dedicate a lot of time to reading. That is where I think you guys should focus on now. But if there are low hanging fruits, if there are very easy ways of someone say content creation. Creating content could be good, and as long as you don't have you don't distract you from your primary goal. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir. Thank you. sir, for this lecture. We appreciate you. Does any other person have a question? Sir, as regards making money in school, some people are not. In medical school, it's easy to get people to help medical students. Most will always be willing to probably help. But then there are some people that don't have that means, and with how expensive medical school is why sometimes we resort to other means of livelihood even while in school. But the number of years you spend is usually especially there are some schools that spend more than the required number of years, and it's something else. But then, yes, we are aware that the primary aim of why we're in school is to pass and give the environment. So, sir, I don't know if this was as somebody that hails from a family of doctors, any thing you picked up while share with us as a non-medic.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't get you clear. It was breaking.
Okay, I said, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Second. Okay, I said, is there any last point you would like to give as a non-medic that hails from a family of doctors? You were mentioning you have cardiologists, you have this, you have that. Is there any advice you'd like to give us as a non-medic and as a graduate that has reached this stage, assistant manager of 16 years, is not a mean feat. So, is there any advice on money you would like to give us that would really help?
Oh, okay. I heard it clearly. When I was in the course of the lecture and conversation, I said something, very profound, which is that your course in the pursuit of medical degree to become a medical doctor, most often than not, tends to limit you to a certain profession, which is to work in the healthcare delivery service sector. But I like you guys to raise your consciousness to understand, which I will repeat again, that being a doctor and making money are entirely two different things. Um, Before now, the medical profession, being a lawyer, those things were seen as noble professions in the 70s and in the 80s. Those days, we had very few Nigerian universities offering degrees in medicine. Today, literally every university in Nigeria, both private and public, are offering that course. What it tells you is that, in as much as that niche area still has a lot of deficits in terms of human resource and labor supply, but doctors are now everywhere. So there's also competition, and there is the respect of being a medical doctor is no longer there as it used to be. What I'm saying in essence is that don't come out with your shoulders high that you're a medical doctor and for that your life is sorted. No, your life is not sorted. You need to put in the hard work, you need to keep reading, you need to keep bettering yourself. And if you want to do business, you can also apply the discipline of all that you have learned in medical school in business. I think you will succeed. These people I mentioned to you that are doing business, I say I know one who is a major oil mogul. He's a medical doctor. He also has a hospital. He also has a hospital. I know another one in Calabar who owns a nightclub, who owns a hotel, who owns a hospital. I will have another doctor in Umar who's my friend that owns two dialysis centers, one in Umar here, one in Aba. and these are monies he raised from his salaries. So you must be forward thinking, and you must be creative, and you must actually be very humble and very hungry to succeed. Jonas Emanuela, I don't know whether you had me right.
Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir, I did hear you. It's something even even that.
Did you internalize what I said?
Um, Thank you very much for your time
Thank you. I appreciate.
tonight.
Thank, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay. Chai, thank you very much, sir. We're honored to have you, sir. And we would definitely put your words of advice into action. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, so we'll be ending the webinar. The 2 days webinar has come to an end. And we're grateful to everyone who stayed till this time. We hope that you learned a lot and would implement a lot of it into making money. So, see you whenever we see you. This is the Standing Committee on Capacity Building, and bye for now. Good night.